Okay. Om. Namaste. Namaste. Simukascha kadantascha kapilo bijakarnakaha Dorarashti vikata vignanasha vinayakaha Dhumketu ganajaksha balchandra gajananaha Vapashatani namani yapate chinyadipi Vijarambe vivahicha praveshe nirgame tata Sangrame sakate chaiva Vignastasya nijayate Vignabalikuttaraya Shri Ganari Pataye Namaha Vakrutu Namahakarya Surikoti Samaprabha Harinam Kurumedeva Sarabhayeshu Sarvada Shuklam Bharadidam Vishnum Shashivanam Chitubhujam Prasannavananam Dayi Sarvavigna Upashantaye Namaste Sham Jayaste Sham Kutaste Sham Purajayaha Nisham Nivarashamo Hridayasya Janaranaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Nanaratna Samayuktam Buddhahara Vibhushitam Svanasam Asnam Charu Pritatam Pratigritam Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Okay. Namaste. Hi, Eric. Thanks for joining here this afternoon on this, nice fall, rainy cool, afternoon. And it kind of inspired a little bit of what I want to share for our practice today. And I've titled this tapas, tapas. And that word itself means, heat or to burn. You may be familiar with that. I'm not sure. And it's a really big principle in yoga whereby um, typically there's, say, a restraint of, if you will, of a desire, and that restraint creates friction, and that friction really is the seed of purification and transformation, if you will. And we can look at a lot of what's going on really in the world today under that same viewpoint. Um, but with that said, for our yoga practice, it's really specific in that when we work differently with our practices or whatever, then there's invariably a purification that comes into the body, but more the subtle body, and that's really what we're angling towards, is that transformation of the subtle fabric, if you will. And so in our practice today, I'm going to introduce a new pranayama, more than likely new. It's called Sihit Kumbhak. And again, I assume it's probably newer for you. And what happens is the yogis always believed that the pranayama practice was the highest tapas that a yogi could do. And the reason for that is that when you're dealing with breath restraint in some way, you're kind of tempting the fate of life itself in a way, And so that idea, really is transformative to the nervous system and all the rest. So we'll work on that here this afternoon. And again, thanks for joining and staying, committed to your practice. And so I'm going to just peel back, to my seated position here, and we'll begin. So just finding a comfortable, stable, seated asana, if you will. And then just begin the deep yogic breathing. As we know this as a little reminder or so, we initiate the inhale by extending the belly outward, creating a little balloon or Buddha belly. And then the ribs expand, then the chest lifts and expands, then gently just let the chest soften, the ribs soften, the breath release from the body by drawing the belly button to the spine to complete the exhalation that way, and let the corresponding inhale then, of course, come in as the belly then re-inflates. So we're just kind of warming up with the breath as we kind of normally do in kind of preparation for our intention setting, and allowing for the momentum of your day to just arrive fully in this moment. And then we should continue this practice of deep yogic breathing. I'll invite one to begin to extend your exhalation. So slow the exhale down a little bit. This is a bit of a precursor to the ratio breathing that we'll get to a little later in our practice. Just slowing the exhale down, and just feel how that feels to have, say, one pace for your inhale and a different pace for your exhale, slower. And just notice how that allows the mind to become calm, the body. And although we have to, if you will, invite acceptance into the practice. So there's no other place to be, there's nothing else to do except to be here in this moment and doing our practice together. And then as your intention kind of forms in your, in your being here, let's bring hands to prayer here at the heart. And we'll chant an Om together as an invocation to, a full invocation to our practice here this afternoon. So exhale the breath completely, and then take a nice big inhale. Om. Ashtavinchani Shivani Shadmani Sahayogan Bhajantu Me Yogan Prapadye Ksheman Chaksheman Prapadye Yogan Chanamo Ahoratravyam Astu. We'll chant that on occasion. The translation is may we become accomplished in the practices of yoga, and may we be happy. And let this body, which is made of the 28 planets, be fully engaged in the practices of yoga. And through that engagement, may we be protected. And by being protected, may we remain engaged in yoga. Om. Okay. So let's just gently release the hands down. You can come off of your seated support, say, if you will. And then just gently interlace the fingers here. Extend the arms out, the palms face forward. And then with an inhale, float the hands and arms up. So just reaching. Really kind of extending the front spine. And then just put a little bit of movement into the body, side to side. Just let that kind of open the side bodies a little bit. And for me, it has an effect into my spinal column. It always is kind of illuminating. And then coming into a neutral position here, inhale, reach real tall, and exhale, float the hands and arms down, round the low back, rock back on the sacrum, so a little stretch to the back body here, and then gently inhale, float the hands and arms back up, and exhale, float back down, and then again, inhale, float back up, and exhale back down. And we'll do one more, just moving really fluidly and breathing very deeply. Inhale, reach up. And then gently release the hands and arms shoulder height. Let the right palm turn up, the left palm turn down, and then we'll just twist the arms as we do on occasion in this position. A little stirring of the shoulder girdle. And then let's swim the arms a little bit. So just allow the joint capsules to have a little bit of freedom to them and feel a little watery element, a little flowing here. And then a nice big inhale, eagle arms. Exhale, the right arm under the left, so bending elbows forms, palms come together, elbows out and up, and then just give the head a little bit of a stir. So stretch the neck, the upper back, that way. Yeah. Oh, and then neutral position with the head. Take a nice big inhale. The exhale, just round into it. So just kind of sink into it, a little stretch of the back body, and then inhale, float up and open the arms wide like you're hugging a big beach ball. And we'll switch it out. So left arm under the right. Again, forearms, palms come together, elbows out and up, shoulder blades down the back. And again, a little stir of the head, a little stretching of the neck. That always seems to really support this position. And then ready, neutral position with the head. Inhale, and exhale, round. So just sink into it a little bit. Yeah. And then inhale, sweep open. Let the arms lift real high. And exhale, float the hands behind you and interlace the fingers here. Let the head of the arm bones kind of drift back. Breathe deeply into the chest here. Very deep breathing. Let the ribs open, the lungs open. Oh yeah, and then gently soften the grip of the hands here and extend the right arm out like so. And then the left palm turns up, float arm up. And exhale it over the head and just really reach here. You can ground into this left knee. Stay with the breath here. Heart spins open, the elbow bends, the hand to the back, head, chin lifts here. And just let the shoulder blade integrate into the back body. Going into that. Oh, and then inhale, reach arm up. Exhale, gently float it down. We'll switch this out. So extend the left arm, right palm turns up, inhale, float arm up. And exhale, the arm over the body. Let the heart spin open here. Breathe very deeply, ground into the right knee, feeling that. Breathing deeply here. So nice. And then inhale, float arm up. Exhale, release, hand and arm down. The palms turn up here. We'll come into a twist. So inhale, float, hands and arms really high. Spiral to the right here, twisting. Release this left hand on the outside of the right near thigh. Reassert length in the spine. So sit tall, engage the muscles, the back of the heart floats here. Breathe into the belly and look over the straight shoulder. Yeah, just stay with the breath here. Oh, yeah, and then a nice big inhale. And then exhale, soften the twist here to neutral. The palm spin back open. Inhale, float, hands and arms really high. Spiral to the left and release hands and arms down. And again, reassert length in the spine here. Breathe into the belly. Stay with the breath here. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And then take a nice big inhale. And exhale, soften to a neutral position here. And then we'll come off of the seated position as we do. So just kind of spin off of this here, come to tabletop, take a moment. I'm actually going to turn this way. Take a minute there. Just let my knee relax. Then we'll just circle the hips here and work with the breath. So inhale, float the torso forward. And exhale, draw the hips back. I'm just going to feel your way into allowing the body to continue to open just with movement and breathing. Mm-hmm. It's nice that way. And then gently switch directions when that's appropriate for you. Just going the other way. Yeah. So nice. And then coming into neutral position here once again. Let the left hand draw under the face and inhale. Take the right hand to the sky. Reach up here. Give the wrist a little bit of a spin. Breathe deep. And a nice big inhale. And exhale, just float this right arm on the inside, left shoulder, and ear to the mat. The left hand reaches top edge of the mat. The hips can drift to the left to seal the twist here. Stay with your breathing. Nice. And then take a nice big inhale. Then exhale, the left hand underneath you, ground it. And then inhale, reach the right hand back up to the sky. Mm-hmm. And then we'll switch this out. So ground the right hand under the face. And then inhale, take the left hand to the sky. Give the wrist a spin, breathe deep. Yeah, and then a nice big inhale. And then exhale, feeding the left hand through on the inside of the right shoulder and ear to the mat. Right hand reaches top edge of the mat. Hips drift to the left. Here, breathing. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And then a nice big inhale. And exhale that right hand back underneath your ground and inhale, float the left. And then release back into a neutral position here. Yeah. And so I'm just going to spin around to face the camera here. Extend the right leg out to the right, like so, toes point forward. We'll do this on occasion. A big inhale. Next, I'll just bend the elbows, sink here. Come onto the forearms, a little stretch of that inner groin, obviously. Just feeling into that. Stay with the breath. Oh, yeah. Ooh. And then gently, we'll inhale, come up to neutral, but then ground the left hand. Another twist here, and they'll float the right arm to the sky. Just reach up. Yeah. And then a nice big inhale, and exhale, the hand and arm down. And then take this right leg, though. So figure 4, the toes on the outside of the left knee, like so. They tuck under, or the top of the foot, again, real familiar. And then just release the hips back, bend the elbows, come onto the forearms, a little stretch of the hip. Stay with fluid, consistent breathing. Yeah, and you may begin to pace, if you will, the exhale, maybe a little longer than your inhale. You need some breath awareness to all of that. And then gently come up here to neutral, and then we'll switch it out. So extend the left leg, toes point forward here, hips drifting back, elbows bend, heart sinks, breath is deep. Yeah. Breathe in. And then gently inhale, float up to neutral ground. When you're ready, this right hand and inhale, float the left arm up. Yeah, breathe here. Stay with the breath. Yeah. And a nice big inhale. And exhale, float. Oh, the hand and arm back down, and then sweep this left foot on the outside of the right knee now, toes tuck under, top of the foot, work that out. And then gently just bow here, coming onto the forearms. And stretching that left hip. Ooh. Yeah. Good that way. And then just gently inhale, float up to neutral. We'll unravel here to the tabletop. And then I'm just going to spin around. We'll meet in downward facing dog. So down dog when you're ready. Tuck back toes under hips. Lift, of course. And just breathe deeply. Add any movement that's suitable that you're feeling. It's all good. Oh. And again, as we kind of sustain a pose, the opportunity to really connect to how we're breathing then appears. Really refine that. Ooh. Yeah, then lift the heels here. Come up onto the tippy toes. And then sink the heart. A little more sensation in the hamstrings possibly. Yeah. And then release the heels down, little bend in the right knee, ground the right hand, stretch the left calf and Achilles. Feeling that. And straighten and switch, so bend left knee, ground left hand, right calf and Achilles, stretches, a little pedaling between the two, if you like. Yeah. And then gently walk the feet to the hands here, so a forward fold at the top of the mat, certainly end up. Lengthening the crown head towards the earth, little pivot of the weight into the big toe mounts, we know. Stir in the head, yes and no. That's great. Little traction of the spine, opposite elbows here. Breathe in deeply. And then Ardha, half lift here, hands mid-chins lengthen from tail to crown. On that, big inhale and exhale, extend out as you fold down, chin hugs, hands release at the bottom. We'll do one more of those. Inhale, flat back, lengthen here. Exhale, fold, a little bend the knees, and then send the left leg back into the lunge. Left leg goes back, and then gently release that left knee down. So real familiar here. Bring the hands to the right knee or thigh. Sink into this front leg. Knee, little bend, and then float. Hands and arms reach up. Let the palms face forward here. Might even lean back a little bit, but as you do so, make sure the core is activating and toning. Breathing. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale, float this right hand on the back of the left leg. Feel that. And then just kind of sweep up and back. So a little deeper that way. Find that. And then inhale, float this right arm up. Exhale, hands to prayer. And then we'll twist to the right. So left elbow on the outside of knee or thigh, sinking armpit to knee, possibly feeling that. Breathe in. And then you may want to take it deeper if you choose. The method would be then to draw the left hand down and the right hand to the sky. That can be a lot. Stay with the breath. And then a nice big inhale and exhale, hands back to neutral prayer, then release the twist. And we straighten the front leg and then bow over the extended leg. So stretch for that. Now right hamstring. Feel that. Yeah. And then gently inhale, bend the front leg knee, the hands drift forward here, and then we'll meet in down dog. So just plant the hands and step back into down dog. Find your breathing. And begin to discover the extended exhalation. So just, again, back to that method. Here, breathing deeply. And then gently, when you're ready, we'll step now the left foot to the left hand, left foot, left hand. There's that lunge again. And then gently release the right knee to the earth. I just spun around, so you keep facing the viewfinder here. And then come on up and then sink into this front leg, like so. And then float the arms up. Palms face forward here again. And just reach real tall. Keep the core active. That'll keep things organized, but a lot of space in that. Now right hip flexor, big inhale. And exhale, now the left hand to the back of the right leg. Find that. And then just sweep up and back. And just reach. Really allow some space to come into the body here. Stay with the breath. Oh, yeah. And then inhale, float this left arm up. So left arm reaches up. Exhale, hands to prayer. And then twist to the left. So right elbow on the outside of knee or thigh, sinking armpit to knee. Finding that, breathing. And then once again, if you want to take it deeper, this right hand reaches to the earth and then left hand to the sky. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, stay with the breath here. Big inhale and exhale. The hand down, look down, releasing completely, hands plant. And then inhale, straighten the front leg, toes pull up, and exhale, bow over the extended leg. Breathing. Oh, yeah. And then inhale, bend the front leg knee. And then the back foot just steps to the top of the mat. So we'll meet in that forward fold here again, Uttanasana. Just working with your breathing. And then half lift to your Ardha. Feeling that. Up a little bend in the knees, and then cactus the arms, and then inhale, just flat back to standing. Reach all the way up, up, up. Extend the hands and arms over the head. Palms come together. The gaze goes up, and just reach up as much as you can. Just really extend. Oh, yeah. And then a nice big inhale. And then exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale here at the heart. Exhale, release the hands down by your side. And then inhale, just float hands and arms up. Exhale the hands and arms behind you and interlace the fingers here. So we're still standing. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, bend the knees, hinge the tips, and float the hands and arms over the head here. Oh, stay with the breath. Ooh. And then a nice big inhale and exhale gently. Release the grip of the hands, and then send now the right leg back into the lunge. And the right knee floats down to the earth here, like so. And just sink into this front leg knee. Feel that. And then ground the right hand. Bring the left hand to the left knee. And then just kind of twist open to the left. So take a moment for that. Let that twist unravel for you. And then float this left arm up. Stay with the breath. And then bend the right knee and capture the foot with that left hand, a little stretch of the quad, as we know. Breathing deeply. And then a nice big inhale. And exhale, gently release the foot here. This left hand plants, inhale, breath. And then exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Down dog. And again, really begin to work the extended exhalation. So just sustain your pose in down dog and extending the exhale. Yeah. And then a little bend the knees. When you're ready here, and we'll step now the right foot forward to the right hand. That left knee releases down. Pause there for a moment. Sink into that front leg, that right hip now. And then ground the left hand. Bring the right hand to the right knee. And then once again, just kind of peel open in the heart space on your twist. And then when you're ready, float the right arm a little more. Breathing deeply. And then when we're ready, we'll bend now the left knee, capture foot or ankle. Stay with the breath here. Oh, yeah. Nice. And a big inhale. And exhale, gently release the foot here. The hand plants right hand, and then inhale, breath. And exhale, step the back foot to the top of the mat. Once again, meet here, forward fold. And then belly button to the spine. And then cactus the arms, little micro bend the knees, flat back to standing. So inhale, just reach up. Hands and arms, once again, over the head, reach tall. And then we'll come into a standing back bend here with an inhale, bend the elbows, let the core tone. Just breathe here, let the heart space open. Shoulders can kind of move away from the ears in this position. Keep the core active, kind of lengthen through the crown of the head. You can lean back into it a little bit if you like. And then inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, hands to prayer at the heart. Inhaling. And exhale, slowly lower the hands down. Let's take a moment here, close the eyes, let the palms turn open to the front here. Just feel. And then inhale your breathing. And exhale gently, a little bend in the knees, and then just slide the hands down the legs. We'll come into just a forward fold. Just ease it on down here. Breathing deeply. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And then again, inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding. Poodle bend knees, and then just step back into down dog. So down dog here. And then from this position, let the heels drift to the right and ground them on the mat. The hips follow. So and then sink the heart. Breathe deeply. Stretch of that left side body. A big one. And then inhale, float up to neutral. Hips lift, heels follow, then heels to the left, hips follow. And then just breathing deeply. And then inhale to neutral position. Take another nice big inhale. Then exhale to the knees, and we'll meet in child's pose. Just release the hips to the heels. Yeah, child's pose. Oh, yeah. And just gently inhale. Come up to a neutral position here. Yeah, and we'll make our way into a seated position with the legs extended. So working with a little bit of asana here. So Janu Shirsasana. So bend the right knee, draw the foot towards the inner thigh, that left leg, like so, and then we'll just twist the upper body over the extended leg. Let there be some extension in the front spine. So we're going tall versus rounding. So we're reaching up. And then hold on to the shin of this left leg pretty firm and kind of like draw it back into the joint. Maybe even spread the toes. You can't see, spread the toes of that left foot. Let that, the freedom, the stretch come into that left hamstring here. That's it. And then inhale, float up halfway, and then take this right arm on the outside of the left leg or so, and then just put a little twist into it. Feel into that. Little twist. Just a little one. And then a nice big inhale. Soften that forearm position, and then just exhale, round into it. Let the head release. Now we can round. Breathe into the belly, back body. Oh, expansion. Stay with the breathing. Yeah. And then gently core tones and walk the hands up this now. Left leg coming back up. Ooh. And then we'll switch this out. So draw this right leg in, left bends and comes in. And then we take the torso, extend it over, or face it over the extended leg rather, hands to the shins. And again, the action is up versus rounding and down. And then a little pull of the leg in. Sinking a little bit here. Doing that. And then take now this left hand on the outside of that right leg or so. So we're just twisting. You may even pull the ribs out of the way a little bit. Take a minute for that to kind of acclimate into the body, if you will. And then just soften from here. Release this arm to the other, the inside of the leg. Inhale. And exhale, just drape down. Spread the toes of that right foot. That'll help really create even more length and ground the leg. Yeah. So nice. And then just gently inhale, walk the hands back up the leg to come out of it. Draw this left leg up, extend it. We'll just come into Dandasana as a transition pose. That Dandasana is staff, so the hands stack under the shoulders here. The spine is extended, so we're just sitting tall, long front spine here. Breathing. Well, we're going to do a little inversion before we move into our pranayama practice, just for fun. So I'm going to spin around here and come onto my back. It's Viprutakoni Mudra. It's probably familiar. I'm going to demo it. So if you want to, again, take a little peek up here, the hands ground and then the feet lift and then just a little momentum with the hips. And then they lift and then come onto each shoulder blade girdle, respectively, hands to the low back. And then the body is in a V shape and the hips release into the hands, wrists, elbows. Natural curve of the cervical spine. So begin to move into it when it's appropriate for you. Just take a moment here. And very gently, kind of draw the hands, or rather the feet, the legs closer to the torso, then release the hands from the hips. The arms go down, kind of like air brakes. You just pike out of it, slowly release the hips down. Just take a moment here. You can even extend the legs. We'll do this just a little mini shavasana, little corpse pose for just a little bit of time. Let all that energy just settle in. And just gently come back to your breath awareness. And adding a little bit of movement to the body when that feels appropriate. And then hug the knees into the chest here and make your way to your left side just for a moment. And then we'll gently come up into a seated position. So just gently make your way up. Grab my seated support here. Oh, yeah. And then just take a couple of deep yogic breaths here to reacclimate to deep breathing. Okay, the practice first will be of the bandhas, the locks. So as a review, there's 3 locks that we'll work with: Mula Bandha, Jalandhar Bandha, and then Uddiyana Bandha in that order. Mula Bandha is considered the root lock, and it's practiced on an inhale retention and at the same time capturing, and it's taught differently. I teach it in the traditional Hatha Yoga system, and that's done by capturing actually the muscles of the anal sphincter and then drawing that up in the column of the colon. And there's this inner structure that's called Ganesh Nadi, and it's about 4 finger widths deep inside the um, body cavity up the column of the colon. So that's where the concentration is for Mula Bandha, the root lock. And so we'll begin with that practice. It's done on an inhale retention. We'll do just a couple. And so exhale your breathing completely here. And then take a full yogic breath in. When the belly draws to the spine, capture the muscles around the anal sphincter, draw that kind of contraction up into the body and just hold the breath in here. And then just gently relax the bandha, relax the breath, releasing your breathing. Mhm. And then another round, so full yogic breath. Grab Mula Bandha, hold the breath in, just wait here for a bit. And then gently release the breath and release the bandha. Keep the eyes closed here and take a moment and just feel the energy of the practice assimilate. Notice maybe a little increase in temperature. Maybe there was a little nervous system ping or two at you. And that's the tapas. It's the yogi's recognition of the restraint. Mm-hmm. And so our next practice is called Jalandhar Bandha. It means cloud holding water. It's the throat lock. It too is also done on inhale retention, but when we get to the top of the inhale, it kind of extend the chin out and then release it down, lift the sternum, And then turn the corners of your mouth up to close the glottis, to close the back of the throat. And again, we'll hold for just a little bit, and then we'll lift the chin and then release the breath. Right? And so exhale your breathing completely. Take a full yogic breath in, belly, ribs, chest, big breath in. Hold the breath, extend the neck out, draw the chin down, lift the sternum, turn the corners of your mouth up. And lift the chin and exhale the breathing. And we'll do another round here. So full yogic breath in. Extend neck, chin releases down, sternum lifts, corner of the mouth turn up. And then lift the chin and slowly exhale. Mm-hmm. Let's feel the effects of the practice here. And then our last bandha is Uddiyana Bandha, the navel lock, and it's done on an exhale retention. So we'll take a full breath in, exhale out all the air, lean forward. I just come onto my fingertips, and then we draw the belly button to the spine and then up under the rib cage with the breath held out. That's the technique. We'll do 2 rounds of this. So let the torso become elongated. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, gently release the breath. Let the hands ground onto the earth here. When you're ready, hold the breath out. So no breathing, belly to the spine, up under the rib cage. And then gently relax the belly down. And then inhale, let the torso come into an elongated position again. Exhale the breath. So we'll just do a little catch breath round. And then take a nice big inhale here again. Exhale your breathing, lean forward. Again, hold the breath out, belly to the spine, up under the rib cage. And relax the belly down, inhale. The eyes close here if they aren't already. Just, again, let the energy of the practice assimilate. Okay, just gently open the eyes. All right, so now for our tapas pranayama. So, and you can already feel how that tapas works, that breath retention, that restraint, if you will, particularly as breath is held out, the nervous system begins to react and heat's building and vibration, inner vibration happens, and different things are being cleansed and released, if you will. So now, Sihit Kambak, it combines all of that with Nadi Shodan, with the pacing of a ratio breathing. And the ratio is 1 to 4 to 2. 1 to 4 to 2. And so we'll begin at class 1. And that is where we'll inhale for 4 counts. And so, if your breath is normally bigger or longer, you rush the breath in. Okay. And then we hold the breath for 16 counts. And then exhale for 8 counts. So 1 to 4 to 2. This is all done, though, while doing alternate nostril breathing and kumbhak and holding the breath with the locks. So it's a very comprehensive practice. I'm just going to do a demonstration and kind of talk, if you will, as I do it. So I'll bring the right hand into Vishnu Mudra, extend the thumb and the ring finger, bring the right hand to the face, the elbow lifts, exhale the breath. I'll inhale for 4 counts. And then I hold the breath in and I plug the nose with the ring finger and I grab the locks. So Muladhara, Mulabandha, and Jalandhara. So these 2 locks are captured while I hold the breath in, 16 counts. And then I lift the chin, and then I exhale out the right nostril for 8 counts. Inhale 4 counts. Hold the breath. Grab the locks, Mulabandha and Jalandhara Bandha. Plug the nose. 16 counts. Lift the chin. Take the thumb, close the right nostril, and exhale through the left 8 counts. That's the practice. So hit kumbhak. What's really specific is when you're holding the breath, you have Mulabandha and Jalandhara Bandha, and the nose is literally plugged with both the thumb and the ring finger. Chin is obviously released down. For 16 counts. Okay? And so we'll do 2 complete rounds of this. What we just did, the demo was just one round. So just think Nadi Shodan with the 3 locks with ratio 1 to 4 to 2. So bend index finger, middle finger, palm of the hand, exhale the breath completely. Bring that right hand to the face, close the right nostril, and then 4 counts, inhale the breath. Hold 16 with the locks. Exhale 8. Inhale 4. Plug the nose, grab the locks, hold 16. Exhale 8, so close right nostril. And then the rest of the practice is on your own. Just continue. We'll do one more round. Let's feel the effects of the practice, the temperature, the tapas. Restraining the breath. Breathe into the belly here. So let the body cool off here. So some rhythmic belly breathing. And then gently let your awareness abide in Hridayam. We know this as the heart center, the heart space. That's kind of more precise location is behind the very bottom of your sternum, about 3 finger widths deep inside the chest cavity. So just kind of find that location in there. With your mind. And one is invited here to intone the subvocal mantra, the subvocal sound of Om in the mind as you both inhale and exhale into the heart, into Hridayam. And staying concentrated here in the heart, echoing the mantra of Om as you inhale and Om as you exhale. Just directed awareness, heart center. And just very gently here, begin to release the, the rhythm of the mantra, as well as your breath and even the tension on the heart space, and just to pivot into this nature of being, just reflecting on the sense of being, just feeling beingness. And just connecting to the stillness and the peace. And then let's bring hands to prayer here at the heart and reflecting back into any intention that may appear. And then we'll just chant one Om here together to complete our practice time together. Exhaling and then inhale. Om. And just gratitude for taking your time and sharing your practice and intentions here. Namaste. Just gonna slip a little closer here. So, yeah, thanks. Thanks very much for joining. And I know the Sihik Kabak practice can be, a bit to take on that first time or two. And so, if you have any questions, please, reach me on virtual world, send me a little bit of note, kind of a thing. And yeah, a lot of gratitude for your attendance and support, Eric. Appreciate it. And you know how this is gonna go. Continue to love peace. All right. Namaste. Take care. Great to have you on. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.